Hi there, Mystery Baker here. Hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd just pop on and do a quick live, and I'm not expecting anybody here because it's very short notice. I've just said half an hour ago that I'm coming on. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm doing a series of how to make a birthday cake from scratch, and it's going to be a giant cupcake birthday cake that I'm making. So I thought I would break it down and show you exactly kind of making a birthday cake, especially if it's your first birthday cake you've ever made. It might be of interest to you. So at the moment, I'm setting up for a tutorial here. I'm actually making the giant cupcake, and I'm getting ready to film. So I thought I'll just pop on, say hi to everybody, and apologies if I haven't been very active on social media, but I've been up to a few things which I probably will explain later. So what I have been doing and what I've uploaded already is a tutorial on how to make Jammy Dodgers. Oh no, no, not Jammy Dodgers. That's coming up. Um Chocolate chip cookies and a Battenberg cake out of fondant. So I'll show you here some of the things. Now, before we start, I wanted to show you my giant cupcake. And it comes in a box. I've still got the box. I'll show you the box. And I use the silicone molds, and I prefer those silicone molds more than the solid tin, because in the solid tin, they're kind of stuck together. But the silicone mold, and apologies, it's a little bit wet because I always wash them before I bake with them. The silicone mold come in two separate parts. So obviously this is going to be the top of the cupcake, like so. And I like the fact that they're separate because normally this bakes a lot quicker than this one, okay? I don't know why, but it just happens. That's the way it is. This one takes longer. So I can take the one that's ready out of the oven and allow that one to continue to bake. But when you buy them, when the metal tins are kind of stuck together like that, you have no option but to keep that one in the oven. And sometimes it catches and it can burn ever so slightly, or it makes the sponge a little bit drier because it's been in the oven a little bit longer than it should. So you can pick these up from, I know they're in Home Bargains. I know that. Hiya, Shell. Hiya, thank you. Hope you're okay. You can pick these up in Home Bargains and B&M. I know that they do them as well, and they're about £4, £3.99, something like this. But I'll link them below because if you can't get to the store, I understand that too. So I'll link these below. The metal ones are more expensive, but I prefer these because they're malleable. You're able to pop out the cake a lot easier, but because of the metal tins, they're firm and sometimes they break off in the bottom. So I do actually prefer the cheaper version, and I've had this now for about 5 years and they haven't gone up in price. In fact, I think they've come down. So you can pick them up, and I do recommend you getting hold of them. And they're great because you don't have to do what I'll be doing because I'll be covering this with fondant. You can, I'll show you, and you can just use buttercream like they have in the pictures here. And they're really, they're just so versatile. The giant cupcake that I'll be making, I know here, I don't know if you can see, but they don't put any filling in the middle. I'm all about flavour, and I always cut that in half and put filling in because I really think it just adds that little bit of va-va-voom to your cake, because it can be a bit dry having all of that sponge, and I'm all about the taste. So there's the giant cupcake, and I do, as I say, I recommend you pick these up, even if you never decorate it in fondant. They're great birthday cakes just to pipe some buttercream on, and that would be the finished article, like so. But in my demonstration, I'll be showing you how to make the perfect recipe that fills these cupcake cases. So there they are. Sorry, they're a little bit wet, but I've just washed them. I always wash them before I begin. So I'll just move these out of the way. Now, part of making your first ever birthday cake, it might be for a family member. It usually is. First start out. I mean, I was going to originally make a birthday cake because it was for me. And then one of my friends, who's a very long-term friend, and her daughter knows my daughter for a long, long time since they were at nursery. And she's turning 16. Hey, Andy, good morning. She's turning 16, so I decided I would do her the giant cupcake and I not make myself a birthday cake. Oh, poor me. So I never got one. So, but I am making, still making it, but I'm making it for somebody else. So, what I've been doing and what is going to be coming up, now I've already made some fondant Battenberg cakes and some chocolate chip cookies. I'll just bring a couple over. There we go. And I've done a tutorial on how to make these. Just bring in the Battenberg cake, why not? And they're all made of fondant, but as you can see, they look pretty adorable. I'll see if you can see it close up. Can you see? Looks like the real thing, almost. But what is coming up, I'm going to show you how to make these jammy dodgers. Do you remember jammy dodgers? Do you remember? They do look so realistic. They do. They look pretty, don't they? Well, there's tutorials on there and they're so easy to make. It's my version. I mean, I haven't seen a tutorial or read a book on how to make them. I've just worked it out. And when you get a little bit more experience in it, you'll do exactly what I'm doing. You just kind of know what to do, or you kind of think, well, I can replicate that. So I've done some jammy dodgers. Can you see? Do you remember jammy dodgers, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, do you remember them? And our tutorial of those will be coming up soon. And they're so easy to make because all you need... Oh yeah, it's a childhood memory. And this birthday cake is no longer my birthday cake. It's for my... well, my daughter's very good friend and the mother's a very good friend of mine. Oh, thank you, Shal. Thank you. All you need to make these jammy dodgers, and I promise you, it's not rocket science. I promise you, I will never make anything too difficult because, you know, I can't do difficult. All you need, hold on, I've lost it. Oh yes, I found it. Okay, all you need to make the jammy dodger is a heart plunger, you know, like boop, yeah. And I love these double-sided cookie cutters. And there's a straight edge, which makes a perfect cookie. Or you can have the fluted edge. And it's just the fluted edge. You can see it's exactly the same size. It's just, that's all you need. That's, and you know, a little bit of time and a little bit of love, and you've got it going. And that's how I made them. And I just used a little bit of, hold on, I'll just go and get it. I should have been a little bit better prepared. Ugh. But some cream sugar flakes. Sorry, it's got green on it. I had an accident. But it's cream sugar flare and a little bit of that. And a little bit of pink, I think I used. Just a touch. But you'll see in my... tutorial of how I mix the colours, and you'll see exactly, there's no secrets with my tutorials. I'm not holding anything back. It's exactly how I made them. And finally, I've made some Dunkin' Donuts out of fondant, and I'll bring them over too. Now this is the one I made in the demonstration. I'll just pop in there. My Dunkin' Donut, sugar donut. Isn't it adorable? And a tutorial of that will be coming. I've taped them all already, and as I say, I'm setting up now to film how to bake the birthday cake itself. But I've done a tutorial on how to make the Dunkin' Donut, sugar donut, but I've also made another little mini one. I don't know if you can see, and I've added a little bit of jam. Can you see? I could eat them too. I really could. And I've made them, and they're so easy to make again. I kind of just worked it out. Right, how do I make it look real? And it's not complicated, or I wouldn't show you how to do it if it was complicated, because all of my tutorials are for the beginner. And I want to encourage you and then give you a little bit of enthusiasm and say, look, if I can do it, anybody can. And all I'm doing is just sharing what I've learned over the years. And I've been doing it now for about 4 years. Baking for a long, long time. Baking is my thing. I've been baking for a long time, but oh, you can't. Do you know what, Shell? I am going to be making very soon for you all a very simple donut mixture. Coming towards the summer, maybe at the end of May, I'm going to start showing you how I make my sugared donuts. But I also do, like, you know, where you make the flavored toppings. I'll do that as well, and they're great for the summer. I always think. I don't know why. I don't know why I like them in the summer. So I'm going to make at end of May. By the time the end of May comes, I'll get round to it. And look, I'm a home baker. I don't bake for content. I bake because I'm making them for the family, and I usually make them when it gets a little bit warmer. I don't know why I do it then. I don't do it in the winter for some reason. I don't know. I'm strange. Right. So finally, and this is not in a tutorial, only because I just didn't have the time to show you everything that I make for this cake. I made a cupcake. Now, it's not going as an element on the cake. I'll show you actually what I'm going to do in my tutorial. So I'll bring the cupcake. Just move them out of the way. I'll eat them later. I wish. Right. Okay. So there would be my giant cupcake like that. And I've also made like a life-size cupcake as well out of fondant. And I'm kind of going to rest it on the side there, so to give it even more height. Because this is almost like 2 cakes. So it's, right, I'll bring it over. Hang on. I'll move that out of the way. I'll move it out the way. How is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. And I'm sorry, it's just a quick live. I didn't prepare. I just wanted to say hello to everybody, really. So I'm going to bring in my cupcake. Now, bearing in mind, it's a little bit, it's life-size, kind of. And I'm going to put it, as I've said, kind of resting on the top of the giant cupcake. I'll just bring it in, shall I? Hello. Don't know if it's picking up there. It's hard to tell. Can you see that, everyone? I don't know if it's showing up there. But I'm using that. Now, it's made of fondant. It's not real. Oh, Mandy, you can... Oh, Shell, you can't wait for my donuts. Neither can I. And Mandy, wow, I take it that's about my cupcake. Yeah, well, I was going to do a tutorial, but I just ran out of time. Because not only when I video, I don't have the most amazing like video. I mean, I film off my phone, so apologies for, you know, picture quality. I don't have a camera or special lighting or anything. This is just sort of filters or anything like that. This is just me recording live from my mobile phone. But as you can see, it was just maybe... The cupcake is great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And I was going to show you a tutorial on it, but I just ran out of time because then I have to edit. And I have a very old-fashioned system because I'm not very technical. So it takes me a long time to even edit. When I say edit, I mean there's a process that you've got to do to change this format into YouTube format. And it just takes ages. I mean, I don't do retakes, you know that, ladies. But editing is still a process that I have to do, unfortunately, and it just takes me so much time, and I ran out of time. So, but I will in the future show you how to make these, maybe on a smaller scale for my beginners. But it's so easy. As I say, I haven't done one before, but I kind of just worked it out. And with experience, you will, you know, things like that will happen to you. So That's what's coming soon. So you're going to have a tutorial how to, well, that one's already uploaded, how to make the Battenberg cake and the cookies. I'll be uploading the Jamming Dodgers last, probably, because I've just filmed that. And the donuts will be coming up at the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. The baking of the giant cupcake, well, that will be coming... I just need to see when I can get it edited. I'm probably Tuesday or Wednesday. No, a little bit later. But they'll all come in stages. I will pump them out in stages so that maybe you can, replicate this or use your own ideas, use your own creativity, not just mine. And in here, I have some little circles. And I've just cut them out. And when I was making the pink for that and the blue for that, any excess, I just cut them out, make little circles. And they're great to add as embellishments to your cakes. You can do love hearts and things like that, if you understand. Now, another thing that I really want to talk about, I think it's really important, and I keep forgetting to mention it, and I'll mention it when I make my baking video as well. With my recipes, or with any recipe that you do, if you haven't got them, I really think you should invest in measuring spoons. Oh, these ones are lovely, aren't they? These are ceramic. But I have got, hang on, I'll get them. Just these. I think these are £1, maybe 1.50. And the reason why I say it's so important, because I do know, because I've done it in the past, I've just kind of, when someone said a teaspoon, I've just used a teaspoon. Or if you say half a teaspoon of this, I just put half a teaspoon. But I've realised over the years, and many years, that the importance of using measuring spoons in baking, and of all of the equipment that you might want to invest in, like a very posh mixer or a very posh mixing bowl, or I would really invest in measuring spoons. And the reason is because that is a tablespoon. Can you see the depth on that? And if I take out a tablespoon, you don't get the right measurement. And sometimes it's really important, especially when it's to do with baking powder or 50p. Even better, Mandy. Oh, you've scored a bargain there. You have scored a bargain. But that is a true measurement. And it's one of those things, I didn't realise how important they were until I was helping other people with their baking dilemmas. And I realised what they were doing, and they were using, just guessing with the measurements of baking powder or spicing or corn flour. And it really does make a difference to your cake. So of all the things in the world you should really invest in, it's some measuring spoons. So that is kind of me. Oh, another thing. I have a tutorial on how to make a wood effect cake board, and some of you joined me live. And thank you for joining me. And here it is. Can you see? Hello. The only thing is, I changed my mind and I've made an even bigger one. Hang on, it needs another coat of paint, but I'll show you it anyway. Oh, that'll keep that cake board. It will come in for another project, I'm sure. So I've used it. Needs another coat of paint, but it's a big one. I had to use a bigger board because what my ideas started flowing, and my project got bigger. So this cake board is, I think, looking at it, it's about, I would say, 12 to 13 inches. I'm not quite sure. But, oh, thank you, Mandy. Thank you. You're so sweet. That project, whoa, gosh, don't want to drop that, do I? It expanded, and I wanted to kind of make the cake board just as dramatic as the cake. And sometimes by decorating your cake board, you can achieve that. So, I hope you're all doing okay, by the way. Cheryl and Mandy, I hope you're all well. I'm going to head off now because I'm going to start this tutorial. I'm going to start filming, and it's how to make the giant cupcake. If you've got any questions, please feel free to drop me a line. I think I'm on Facebook. I don't promote my pages much because, as I said before, I'm a home baker and I don't really keep on top of it. I know I should if I was a pro, but and I do have an Instagram. So I think my Facebook is just Mystery Baker and my Instagram is Mystery Baker X, all one word. Okay, and yeah. Thanks, Shell, and I will see you all soon. I know I will. Thanks, Mandy, for joining me, and I really did appreciate your support. So I'm off now. Bit of a short notice live. I'm off now, but I'm going to get on filming, and just thanks for your time. Actually, I'm not going to just film just yet. I'm going to get that kettle on because I need a cuppa. Okay, thanks for your time, everyone. Bye. You too, Mandy. Bye, Shell.